Well, they gave people an insight into what they look like if they'd only ever seen still photographs in magazines. You know, radio gets the point across of the song, but you don't know what the people look like, you know. And then the video medium gave people an insight into what the band looked like, mostly through the eyes of a director, in fairness. You know, we didn't really have much input into the set or what we were doing. All we would do is lip sync the song in videos. That's what everybody does, you know. One of the reasons that we got played so much in 1982 is because nobody was making videos. And we'd cut 3 kind of live track things together for a High and Dry record in 81. And they were just in circulation, and there was literally like 400 of them at the time. So, you know, it was us, Rod Stewart, and a couple of other people that were just constantly getting played. But he put us in the you know, it put us in the consciousness of the viewer on MTV in America. And by the time we'd finished the Pyromania album, and that came out in 83, and we shot the video for Photograph, which was our first proper, you know, directed by Dave Mallet video, and it's all, you know, bright colours and very well edited and all that kind of stuff. It just popped, and it got played. I mean, it just went straight into massive rotation. On our way to selling 6 million copies of an album that's only been out a couple of weeks. You know, it's crazy. We absolutely have no clue and no vision as we're writing the song. It's the last thing that we're thinking about. When we sit around writing songs, we literally try and create something that we know is going to last forever, whereas the video might not, you know. So when we grew up listening to bands like the Stones and the Beatles, a lot of their songs that are iconic never had videos, you know, so it's more important to have a great song. You know, notoriously with things like Let's Get Rocked, where Steve Barron did it, who'd done the Ninja Turtle films, and he'd done the Take On Me by a-ha, he'd done Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. And we knew he was good because we'd seen those videos forever on TV, you know. And when it came to that one, we had literally no input in it. We shot a day of us performing, and he went away for 9 weeks to put all that cartoon stuff together. And we just waited and waited and waited and kept writing out the checks and writing out checks and writing out checks. It's the most expensive video we've ever made. For us, it was a very important video. Xperia, the album, was recorded over a 2.5 year, 3 year period. What you actually hear is about 18 months worth of work. Vinyl and cassette were not going to be the lead kind of format. It was going to be CD, which is played all in one go. So you approach the way you put this record together a totally different way when it's one piece. It was just a long, hard process towards making what we considered to be an album that nobody else had ever made before. So it was very exciting because it was kind of like discovering another planet or something. The technology that was afforded to us in the studio was new to us, so we were playing with it and messing with it, and we could do all sorts of mad things, turning things upside down and inside out and backwards. So I think if there's a standout memory, it would just be the fact that we had so much fun. Yeah, Taylor was a fan because she was in the womb as we were huge, and her mom was a fan. So she heard us before she was born, you know. I know for a fact that people like Taylor Swift and Katy Perry and John Mayer and Pink have acknowledged us as an influence. Alison Krauss, the same thing. Alison Krauss from Union Station, huge fan of our vocal harmonies and all kinds of stuff. She's interviewed me for Q magazine once, and you know, telling me how wonderful she thinks we are and this kind of stuff. So there's a few of them out there, and it does seem to be more leaning towards the pop than the rock for sure. Yeah. Somebody walks into the room and says, I've got this idea for a song. Now, normally when that gets said, you either sit down at the piano and start playing a few chords, or you pick up a guitar and you start playing a few chords, which leads somebody to start la, la, la in a melody over the top. And then eventually you get to the end of that thing, knowing full well that there's a kind of a simplistic roadmap involved in songwriting, which is normally something along the lines of intro, verse, bridge, chorus, re-intro, second verse, bridge, chorus, middle eight, solo, end. Prog rock bands will argue that they'll turn things inside out, and some other artists will break that rule. But even Nirvana were in that kind of category because it's 3-4 minute rock, you know, and it has to have a flow and it has to have a chorus because that's the hook, what brings people in, you know. The latest Def Leppard record, it came out like 18 months ago. We did all the donkey work in my studio. We wrote the songs together, we were looking each other in the eye, we played the songs, we banged them out, and then we would edit them down later on when we wouldn't necessarily all be there at the same time. There's no need, you know. We can do things so much quicker now than we could in 81 or even in 87 when Xperia came out. Because now the things that you can do on a laptop would make Xperia sound like a GarageBand record. Funnily enough, you can actually record an album on GarageBand and it's not that difficult.